Let's try to solve for x. Root x minus 1 plus 3 is equal to x. So before you can start doing your problem, first check the number that is not under a root. You take it to the other side. So step 1, we copy root x minus 1 is equals to x this side, then we take 3 to the other side, and then it become negative. So since now we have a root this side and this one this side, that means now we can square both sides, because we want to clear the root, we want to take out the root, so we square both sides. So the square root of, the square of that square root is just the number under the square root, so it's x minus 1 is equals to, then let's expand this one, x minus 3, then x minus 1 is equals to x times x is x squared, x times negative 3 is minus 3x, negative 3 times x is minus 3x, then negative 3 times negative 3, this is positive 9. Then x minus 1 is equals to x squared, then minus 3x, this one is going to give us minus 6x. So same signs, that means we add and take the sign of a bigger number. So it's negative and negative, that means we add. So plus 9. Then let's take this to the other side. Let's start with x squared minus 6x plus 9. I took this one. And then we take x to the other side, it become minus x. We take this negative 1 to the other side, and become positive 1. Then everything will equate to 0. So let's check the like terms. X squared is moving alone. Then minus 6 minus 1. So this is going to be minus 7x. Since the signs are the same, so we add. Then 9 plus 1, this one is going to give us 10. Then we equate to 0. So since we now are in this situation, we are looking for the products of x squared and the products of 10. So for the products of x squared, let's do this. X squared, we have x and x. So x times x, it will give us x squared. Then let's look for the products of 10. These numbers, when we multiply them, they give us 10. But when we add, they must give us 7. So when I check, we have 10 times 1 and 5 times 2. So 10 times 1, when we add them or we subtract, they will never give us 7. So that means we cancel this one out. Then 5 times 2 is 10, right? But when we add the 5 plus 2, they give us 7. So that means now we have 5, then we have 2. So let's check this sign. It means that the signs are the same. Positive, it means it's either we have positive and positive or negative and negative. But this one, it means that the bigger number must have the negative sign. So since it's positive or positive, positive and positive or negative and negative, but this one, it means that the bigger number must have the negative sign. But our signs are the same. That means we take negative and negative. So minus 5 plus minus 2, it will give us minus 7. So now let's say x minus 5 will equate to 0, or x minus 2 will equate to 0. So we take this one, we equate to 0. We take another, we take this one, we equate to 0. So now x, we take 5 to the other side, it become positive 5, or x is equals to take this 2 to the other side, it become positive 2. But this is not the final answer. That means now you have to check which answer is correct, because it might happen that one of them is wrong. So we go to the equation, the original equation. Square root x minus 1 plus 3 is equal to x. So we must check one by one. Let's say for now we take 5. So x is 5, x is equal to 5. That means now we put 5, where there is x, we put 5 minus 1, then plus 3. Then it's equals to 5, since our x is 5. So this is 5 minus 1, which is 4. The square root of 4 is 2. So plus 3 is equal to 5. Then 2 plus 3 is 5. That means this one is correct. When we substitute, we get equal numbers. So let's check it 2. Now square root, where there is x, now we put 2, then minus 1 plus 3 is equals to x2. So this one is 2 minus 1, which is 1. The square root of 1 plus 3 is equal to 2. So this 1 plus 3 is equal to 4, and the 4 is not equal to 2. So that means now our correct answer is 5. So then we conclude, therefore x is equal to 5. So this is how you should approach the question. Let's move to the next question. Now a root 2x plus 1 is equals to x minus 1. So you can stop the video and try it out. So since now this time we don't have a number that is not under a root this side, so we don't have to transpose the numbers. So we just take this one as it is. Let's say we square both sides. Here we just start by squaring both sides. So since we squared both sides, a root squared, that means it's going to be 2x plus 1, then it's equals to, let's expand this one again, x minus 1, x minus 1. Then this side we have 2x plus 1 is equals to x times x, x squared, x times negative 1, that is minus x, negative 1 times x, that is another minus x, then negative 1 times negative 1, that means positive. So 2x plus 1 is equals to x squared minus minus, we add. So this minus 1, that means it's going to give us minus 2x, then plus 1. So let's take this side, x squared minus 2x plus 1. Then we take this to the other side to join this one. It's going to be minus 2x. This one is going to be minus 1. Then we equate to 0. So x squared is just x squared. Then we have 2x minus 2x minus 2x. That means we add. The signs are the same. So we must say minus 4x. Then this is positive 1 minus 1. That is 0. So we just equate to 0. So now let's check. We have x squared minus 4x. We have x both sides. So let's say we take x as the common factor, because x is common. If you can check, there is x, there is x. So x is common. That's why we call it a common factor. So we factor it out. Then here, when you take x, since it's x squared, that means it's x times x. So when you take out 1x, that means we'll be left with 1. Sorry. So this is x. X times x is going to give you x squared. Then minus, this one is 4x. When you factor x out, that means we'll be left with 4. Then it's equals to 0. So we take this one, equate to 0. X is equals to 0. Or x is equals to 4 to the other side become negative 4 become positive 4. So here we have a job to do. We must check which one is correct. So let's start with 0. Square root. Where there is x, that means we put 0. So it's 2, 0, then plus 1. Then it's equals to, this side is 0 minus 1. Then 2 times 0 is 0. we'll be left with 1. Then square root of 1 is just 1. Then 0 minus 1 is just negative 1. So 1 is not equal to negative 1. That means now we check the other one. The root 2, then 4 plus 1 is equals to x is 4, so we write 4 minus 1. Then this is 8. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1, which is 9. And the square root of 9 is equals to 3. Then this side, 4 minus 1 is 3. That means now 4 is our correct answer. Therefore, we conclude x is equals to 4. So this is the correct answer. So always, when you solve for x, at the end, especially when you get 2 answers, x is equal to or x is equal to, here you conclude by checking which one is correct. Then if the other one is correct, the other one is not correct. Therefore, you conclude that this is the answer. But if both of them are correct, you don't have to conclude. You just leave it like that. So let's move to the next question. Now we have a root x minus 1, then plus 3 is equal to x minus 4. So since this 3 is not under a root, you take it to the other side. So you can pause the video and check if you can get it. So let's take this to the other side. Root x minus 1 is equals to x minus 4. Then this one to the other side become negative. Then root x minus 1 is equals to x minus 4 minus 3. Signs are the same, therefore we add. So it will become minus 7. Then, since we're in this situation, then that's where we can square both sides. So now squaring this one is going to give us x minus 1 is equals to, let's expand this one, x minus 7, x minus 7. Then x minus 1 is equals to x times x, it will give us x squared. X times negative 7 give us minus 7x. Negative 7 times x minus 7x. Negative 7 times negative 7, this one is going to give us plus, since it's negative and negative. Negative times negative is positive. So 7 times 7 is 49. Then x minus 1 is equals to x squared. Then minus 7 minus 7, we add. This one's going to give us minus 14x, then plus 49. So let's start with this side. X squared minus 14x plus 49. Then x to join this one is going to be negative x. This one is going to be positive 1. Then we equate to 0. Then x squared, this is minus 14 minus 1. So signs are the same, we add. So it's going to give us minus 15x. 49 plus 1, this one's going to give us 50. Then it's equal to 0. So now we're in a quadratic form. That means we must check the factors. So we do this. So the factors of x is x and x. X times x, x squared. Then let's look for the factors of 50. That when we multiply them, they give us 50. They give us positive 50. But when we add, they must give us negative 15. So for 50, let me say we have 10 and 5. 10 times 5 is 50, right? So now let's check. This sign is positive. It means that the signs are the same. We have the same size both sides. So, but this one, it's a negative. It means that the bigger number must carry a negative sign. But the signs are the same. That means it's going to be negative, negative. So now x minus 10 is equals to 0. Or x minus 5 is equals to 0. Then x is equals to 10 to the other side to become positive. Or x is equals to 5 to the other side become positive 5. Now, before we conclude that this is which one is the correct answer, we go and check. So let's start with the 10. So the root x is 10 minus 1, then plus 3 is equals to x is 10 minus 4. Then 10 minus 1 is 9, and the root of 9 is 3, then plus 3 is equals to 10 minus 4, this is 6. So 3 plus 3, this is 6, is equals to 6. So this one is correct. Now let's check the other one. Root x now is 5, so we take 5 minus 1, then plus 3 is equals to x is 5 minus 4. So 5 minus 1 is 4, and the root of 4 is 2, then plus 3 is equals to 5 minus 4 is 1, and then this one 2 plus 3, this is 5, and 5 is not equals to 1. So that means this one is wrong. So therefore x is equals to 10. Since 10 is the only one who is giving us the correct thing. So this is the end of our questions. So thank you for watching, and please accord me with and subscribe. Thank you.